Hello, dear friends, viewers, students, and learners. Welcome to Billion Hope. This is Mentor Sandy bringing you AI for real impact. So, AI now is confronted with its own version of Strait of Hormuz. And what could that mean? Well, this is exactly what we are going to see in today's video. Be with me till the end. Let's begin the work for today. AI's own Strait of Hormuz, the coming infrastructure bottleneck. And this is already being felt acutely, not just by the companies, but I'm absolutely certain by you, the user, as well. Are you hitting your rate limits rather fast nowadays? Well, this is exactly why you might be. So let's get started. AI's own Strait of Hormuz. My dear friends, I will take you through a very precise understanding of this entire topic. I have written a full article on it, and I'll be taking you through this, the crucial parts of this, step by step, to see what exactly is going wrong. And before that, let's take a bird's eye view of what's really happening here. The kind of enthusiasm that users have shown for various types of AI, especially after the coding models became so famous, January 2026 to be more precise, and Claude and Anthropic, the usage in terms of token consumption has skyrocketed. All those who are monitoring the leaderboards and the token consumption metrics, they have confirmed that this is indeed the case. So if the usage and the tokens are being consumed at a historically fast pace, the entire backend has to scale up. And that is precisely where AI is confronted with the realities of the physical world. Things don't scale up the way usage can scale up. AI's own Strait of Hormuz, because there is a choke point, in fact, many. So we are using it to find answers. We are using AI to do a lot of coding. This happens to be one of the biggest use case. We are using it for video generation, which is perhaps the most token intensive application. And that is the reason Sora was shut down by OpenAI, because they wanted to rather optimally utilize those limited resources. We are using it for enterprise automation. And of course, the holy grail of AI agents. So these are the use cases that have skyrocketed in the past few weeks. So, my dear friends, given that this is this, the complete physical infrastructure of these frontier labs had to scale up. But this is where the Strait of Hormuz analogy actually comes into picture. This is the Open Router weekly token usage, and we can see that it is literally quadrupling. The first problem they are facing, the supply chain chokehold. You may have a fantastic frontier AI model, but is the supply chain truly ready for it? There is chip shortage of every conceivable type. There is data center space crunch. That is the reason almost all the big frontier labs are headed for countries like India, where they are committing tens of billions of dollars to set up data centers, which is an altogether different story in itself. The kind of stresses that can end up creating, because these are not employment intensive things. Power equipment shortage. Oh, the most drab constraints of all. But then ultimately we inhabit planet Earth and a real messy 3D world, right? CPU shortage, memory capacity limits, electricity infrastructure, and power grid access limitations. So, these are the problems which are now leading to these labs facing real problems in terms of user retention and servicing user requests. So, before I take you to this wonderful explanation of this entire story, very carefully, meticulously crafted article for you, we will go through the essentials of that. Let us take a look at a beautiful small explainer video. Your comment and feedback on this is most welcome.
AI's own Strait of Hormuz. Today, one of the biggest bottlenecks in artificial intelligence is not computing power, but the availability of reliable electricity. Modern AI data centers require enormous amounts of power to run advanced models, and securing new electricity connections can take several years. Grid connection delays are becoming a major challenge, with interconnection queues in some regions stretching from 3 to 7 years or longer. In many cases, pending connection requests already exceed the total capacity of the existing grid, stalling planned AI projects. As a result, many AI data center projects face serious delays or even cancellations due to power shortages, regulatory issues, and limited resources. At the same time, demand for AI services is growing rapidly, far outpacing the physical capacity needed to build, power, and operate new data centers. Companies are now facing shortages, not just in GPUs, but also in critical components like memory, storage systems, cooling infrastructure, and advanced packaging. Energy requirements are rising sharply as large-scale AI data centers consume electricity at levels comparable to entire towns or small cities. This is forcing governments and companies to invest heavily in power grids, transmission lines, and energy infrastructure, which slows expansion and raises costs. Shortages of skilled workers such as electricians, engineers, and technicians are also making it harder to build, maintain, and scale AI infrastructure efficiently.
I hope that gave you a reasonably good insight into what we are headed. Now, we get into this very beautiful article. Be with me till the end. And since you're here, I request you to please subscribe to the channel Billion Hops and do like this video as well. AI is growing fast, but the infra unable to keep pace. Now, earlier they would say that AI is limited to just our imagination, but now it's beyond, the limits are beyond imagination. It's the physical supply part of it, compute capacity. Between Jan and March 26, weekly token usage open router quadrupled. So this is actually historic, unprecedented, literally. AI demand is growing much faster than what the infrastructure can ever hope to keep pace with. Token demand remains the fundamental metric which anyone and everyone will use. And what are tokens? Very small units of text. I mean, all the LLMs, all that they can ingest are tokens, all that they output are tokens, and then converted to what humans can understand. So tokens are small units of text processed by large language models. Everything that an LLM will do in and out are tokens. So the demand because of coding tool, research assistant, business automation tools, and autonomous agents has exploded. And the companies are to blame for it. I mean, and this is the blame they'll happily take because this is what their goal was, right? So they have done very well. Compute is the new oil of AI, just that we used to say data is the new oil, compute is the new oil of that new oil. For AI companies, it's strategic now because GPU production is not keeping pace. And that is the reason for Elon Musk's frustration as well and the desire to make Terafab, which is a separate story which we'll take up in a different video. Please do watch the various playlists we have on this channel. Wonderful content, a lot of very good shorts also. Do find time for that. Thank you. So now GPUs, CPUs, memory, networking hardware, and power, if you fall short on any one of them, the whole chain breaks. OpenAI CFO in April 2026 already said that we are giving up on certain opportunities because we need to optimize on resources. Usage limits are a business tool now. Supply crunch is changing how the AI products are priced and rationed. So Claude usage limits have already been changed in 2026 because the demand is maddening. 7% of users now are hitting limits which earlier they wouldn't. We are experiencing the same. I'm certain most of you are. Do share in the comments what kind of limits and what kind of anger and frustration that leads to. But then what can Anthropic do? And Anthropic also introduced a certain promotion that doubled Claude usage during off-peak hours because they want to even it out, smoothen it out. But then hyperscalers are spending at historic levels. Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, Oracle, they are spending like mad. And the real worry about this is if this actually creates an AI bubble and the revenues and profitability doesn't keep pace, then maybe that bubble will burst, as has been the concern for the past 5 to 6 months, definitely. But if the usage and token consumption is growing, quadrupling, then perhaps profitability should follow. Yes or no? We'll see. Your views are welcome always. So hyperscalers are literally pumping in hundreds of billions of dollars. And there's a lot of circular funding also happening in all of this. Nvidia and TSMCs, they are the controllers of the Hormuz Strait, just like we have Iran and to some extent Oman. The maximum profits in this AI madness, in a positive sense, has gone to Jensen Huang's brainchild, which is Nvidia. AI accelerated chips, advanced, it's completely Nvidia's game. And TSMC is the outsourced agent. It will produce anything for you. And Nvidia's margins are going up to 75% gross margins, TSMC's 60%. For any traditional contract manufacturer, these are, absolutely unbelievable figures. The deeper you are in the AI infra stack, the stronger your pricing power will be. So if you're just building wrappers and you're on top of it, you actually hold no power at all because anyone can copy it. So this is how the AI tech stack has evolved. I have made a separate video on AI tech stack. You can check it on the same channel. Custom chips are becoming a survival strategy now. Most of the companies have realized that why don't we build our own? We design our own and we get TSMC or someone else to build for us or fabricate fab. Amazon now has Trainium chips, Graviton chips. Google already has played on tensor processing units, TPUs. It has a very different architecture than GPU. Microsoft has Maya, and Meta is building its own custom AI. So, all these are efforts to bypass the Strait of Hormuz in AI, where only NVIDIA will hold their necks. But then NVIDIA remains the king because custom chips are very difficult to design, manufacture, and scale. Google took more than 10 years to actually see its TPU cluster mature, but then now it is absolutely at a mature stage. Cheap AI pricing is soon going to be a thing of the past. Remember, countries like India have enjoyed cheap pricing from the American majors who actually wanted to lock in millions and millions of users and also do stress testing of their models. But now all that is done. So maybe it's just a matter of time before all these actually go to realistic price tiers. Businesses also need to really use AI sparingly and with the right rationed mind. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of waste. And there are studies which are actually saying that the cost of token usage in even coding is proving to be far more than what a human would have done, and actually with some good efficiency also. So that's another debate which has come up. So the AI supply crunch 2026 is a huge turning point in this debate on AI. The industry is finally discovering that intelligence at scale is not just about algorithms, it's all about getting the real world work in unison, and the real world never does that. The 3D world is a very, very dirty place, and AI companies are now realizing that. So, dear friends, the biggest problem with creating intelligence is inference has to be done on the spot at the moment. In our ERPs and databases and cloud, you can serve what is stored. LLMs cannot serve what is stored. That is by design, by architecture. So they have to create token by token an answer. And that is why, while the human brain works at a meager 20 watts, AI, LLMs, and data centers are consuming the planet itself. So that remains a big, big, big debate. AI's own Strait of Hormuz. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do like and do subscribe to the channel. There's a join button below this video. There are 3 tiers of membership available on our channel. I welcome you to join level 2 AI Power of 10. Every Saturday, we give a 90-minute rigorous analysis of 10 of the biggest topics in AI. And every month end, we give a strategic review of the whole month. So do try out level 2 and level 3 for sure. Thank you so much. See you soon.